All right, folks, listen, I don't have too much time here, but I wanted to check in with you guys, okay? As the nephew of Jeff Bezos, I feel like I have a responsibility to guide you through the darkness of our evil, at least that's what they're making him seem like, the evil genius, other uncle of mine, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, so Facebook is going, as you guys know, under some scrutiny, okay, from big corporations like Apple, in terms of their privacy policies, and they're really trying to make an effort to protect the Apple iPhone users from, you know, companies like Google, YouTube, I mean that's the same company, Facebook, you know, TikTok, really any company that tries to collect data, they are trying to go ahead and make sure that you're well aware of it as an iPhone user and you give permission before they can do so, okay? So with this new update called the iOS 14.5, essentially everybody's gonna be opted out of smart tracking or AI tracking, okay? And so it's gonna get pretty nasty over the next week, all right? I'll just put it to you that way. Over the next week, and I'm gonna share the whole idea of you know, what we're gonna be doing here, what we've done already to make sure that, you know, our ad performance doesn't go down and our tracking is still intact, if not even better than before. So ideally the first things first is over the next week or two, while people are getting this update on their iPhones, while Apple is rolling it out here, you're gonna wanna go ahead and keep a conservative ad budget, okay? Don't be trying to scale to the moon over the next week or two, because again, people are just gonna be getting the update. You know, as you can see on your iPhone, you're probably already getting the notification that it's time to update your iPhone. I mean, I don't even know who updates their iPhone. I never do, but I guess, you know, the folks that do update it, they're gonna be automatically opted out of smart ad targeting or smart ad, you know, type of tracking, okay? So it's gonna be really interesting, and you wanna keep a conservative budget, okay? Don't try to scale anything this week or the next. And second of all, okay, how do we go ahead and make sure that we keep better track of our ad performance? Well, you know, quite honestly, this has been a big thing that I've been trying to crack the code on over the past couple of, I don't want to say past couple of months, but honestly the past couple of years. Because essentially what's happening is every single ad platform, if you're trying to become omnipresent, which you should be, you need to be in 2021 and moving forward, is the problem is that every single ad platform tries to take credit for the sales generated. Okay, so you get 5 sales, you get 10 sales in your store, 100 sales. Well, Facebook is gonna try to claim, you know, as much as it can, saying, hey, I'm responsible for 75% of those sales. Hey, and then Google comes in and says, hey, I'm responsible for 57% of those sales. You know, then your email will say, hey, I'm responsible for 30% of the sales. So at the end of the day, becomes, you know, the question becomes, well, which ad platform is actually generating the right sales, and how do we go ahead and allocate you know, the sales to the right campaigns, to the right ads that we're running. So that way we can really be sure to increase the ads that are actually performing well and shutting off the ones that aren't, and maybe even tweaking the ones that are performing just okay. All right, well, I haven't really been able to find a solution up until like about, I want to say like 3 weeks ago, okay? And 3 weeks ago we got one of my mentor, okay, somebody who I really admire in this space, the e-commerce space, no bullshit, no cap type of entrepreneur. His name is Alex Becker. Okay, if you don't know Alex Becker, I highly recommend you look into his work, his videos. Right now he's on his crypto wave, but about 2-3 years ago, he was really focused on helping out as many e-commerce entrepreneurs as possible. And he had like a different software company that was relative at that time. It was like an email marketing company, but since then he's actually stopped that company, hung it up in the closet, you know, moved on from e-commerce, and now he's building an e-commerce or an artificial intelligence based tracking software, advertising performance tracking software. Okay, it's called Hyros. It's honestly, it's pretty expensive, but for a reason, okay? I could tell that it's taken them a lot to go ahead and build something like this. I could probably do a little screen share, but what I'll do instead is I'll just put a link down below where you guys can go ahead and get in touch with our account manager, the one who set us up, walked us through it, make sure we got everything integrated right into our e-commerce stores like Mar & Garden, Fresh Bakery, all that good stuff. And ideally they'll be able to give you a discount, okay? We'll obviously get a kickback from it. That's just how it goes. I mean, you get a discount, we get a kickback, they get a customer. That's how life works. If you don't want that to be the case, well, you could just go straight to their website and apply through there, and you know, you'll just go in as a regular customer. But besides the point, all right, the whole goal of, you know, getting involved with Hyros, not only just because I really trust and admire Alex Becker's work ethic, mindset, you know, his results, resume, like the list goes on, and he's a funny dude. But on top of that, because we really need to become more decentralized from each advertising platform. Okay, if every ad platform is trying to claim responsibility for the sales generated, then who are we gonna trust, right? So we have to have a decentralized platform that, you know, really has nothing to gain but for the sole purpose of reporting the truth. Okay, and I can put up maybe like a little screenshot right here of like today's campaign so far, and you can see there's one column that says revenue generated, and then there's another one called reported. Okay, the revenue generated is the actual amount of sales generated, like based on Hyros tracking, which is actually accurate, okay, versus the reported, which is what the advertising platform is trying to report. So sometimes it'll under-report, sometimes, or a lot of times it will over-report. So it's real simple to plug in. It's like a little code and whatnot. But again, I'm not here to walk you through Hyros implementation. I'm just here to let you know what our solution is. Quite honestly, we're happy to have been put in that situation and be forced to figure this out because it was well overdue. And you might be able to relate for sure. Okay, so, you know, things like this don't necessarily just hurt us, they just force us to adapt. Okay, it's not necessarily the strongest that survived, it is the most adaptable. And one of the best ways to adapt at this time, due to Apple's iOS 14.5 updates and privacy policy updates, one of the best ways we can survive through this is by getting a decentralized artificial intelligence ad tracking software. I make it sound way more complex than it is, but quite honestly, it's as simple as pasting a code onto the site. They have a huge team. We got a VIP package, so we have a whole support team that kind of set this up for us, make sure it's working, you know, fills in all the gaps and whatnot. But it's been incredible so far. Highly recommend you check it out. That's honestly the only way you're gonna be able to survive through this, through these changes and these updates here, unless you go ahead and create your own you know, tracking platform. You know, you hire a bunch of data scientists and engineers to be able to figure that out, coders, programmers. Good luck, all right? Now, with that being said, that's that, okay? It's Ramadan, okay? Next topic. Man, next topic. Okay, next topic, all right? It's Ramadan, meaning I'm fasting, sunrise to sundown, all right? I'm probably like one of the least religious people you know, but when it comes to Ramadan, I really do try my best to get in touch with, you know, that part of my life, because my plan over, you know, over the next few years is to only get stronger and stronger when it comes to my spiritual side. And growing up, I was younger, my parents are really religious, you know, my family is, but me being born in America, I got kind of Americanized, and I didn't really hold on to that part of my life for a very long time. So again, when it comes to the month of Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan, this is where I try to tap in, pray a little bit more focused, you know, do more good in the world, you know, little acts of kindness, donations and whatnot. So anybody out there that's fasting, Ramadan Kareem. And one other note, we got the we opened up the enrollment for the Inner Circle, which is now known as the Brand Masters, okay? I'll just put a link to that below. You can go ahead and check out more info on it on the actual page. But quite honestly, it's only for those of you guys that have really known me, followed my content for a while, you know what we're about, you know what our e-commerce brands are about, and it inspires you to build brands that you're proud of. and you're committed to building brands, you know, the brands of tomorrow, then you should check it out. But if you're just new here to my channel, just subscribe, leave a thumbs up, stay tuned. All right, I'm gonna drop more tutorials like I do all the time when it comes to e-commerce, more vlogs of what it means to be an e-commerce entrepreneur, and all that good stuff. But I'm talking way too much for somebody who's fasting, so peace.